So, hello. Who is this? Maria? Oh, Teiji, welcome to the show. I got your question, right? I'm going to answer to the question when we get to part 4, okay? Dewey, or is it Dai? Hello, welcome to the show. I think it's the first time to see your name here. And Mao Min. Oh, you're from Japan. We have a lot of people joining from Japan. Thank you for joining here. It's our monthly live show. Yeah, if you know. Oh, you can't hear me? Guys, now you can hear me, right? The mic wasn't on. We always make a mistake on our live show. Okay, now my drink is ready. And I have my glass straw here. 공부하기 싫어 떡님 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. Okay. Only 2 minutes have passed. Only 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. Yes. So we're just waiting. We're gonna wait until 8:10. We're gonna wait for 10 minutes. Kyan, hello. Welcome to the show. Wow, you look gorgeous tonight. Before we turn into 2023 New Year, wish you health and happiness. I do hope that we can have a chance to meet in person. Love you. I wish too. I really want to visit Vietnam. Actually, I can. I know I can. It's just that I need to make time, right? Okay, Malmin, I could hear you now. Okay, great. And Dewey, I'm preparing dinner while listening to your live. You guys are, it's about time to eat dinner, right? Well, I had my lunch outside at the lab, and it actually takes about 30 minutes by my bike. So some people might know, some of you might know that I always ride a bike to my lab. So it's quite close, and you know, it's like the only exercise I normally do, except for the yoga that I do at night. So I went to lab today and I had my lunch with one of my colleagues that used to work like 3 years ago. She gave a birth to a daughter, and then she came over to say hello. And then I came home to this studio because I have a live show, right? And then I had a class online class. And then after that, all of a sudden I went to my dress room because I needed to pick out a clothes that I was going to wear tonight. And while doing so, I found out that there was like a puddle of water. There was like some water there. I'm like, where did this water come from? I mean, I washed my hair this morning, so, you know, this water wasn't there this morning, but I was wondering where it came from. And apparently, like, the water pipe upstairs bursted and the water just like leaked down to my house. And it's the dress room. It's not like a kitchen, or it's not the bathroom, but it's the dress room. So the water started to flood like from the ceiling, and it started to drop. It started to drop. So like I had to pull out all my clothes. It was like battle. And then I had to go get my hair and makeup done. And then I had to get dressed in this, you know, I had to change my clothes and blah, blah, blah. And finally, I'm here. So it's been a hell of a day. Yes. Well, thank you, Jennifer. Yes. I thought, like, you know, it's the last show and it's almost the last day. It's like second to the last day of this year. So I might as well feel like this is like our little party, like year-end party for all of us. Joining the live show. Yes. Hey, hello. Thank you for joining the show. Esperanza. Yes, hello. Thank you. Well, I wish we could all share like our cameras if you guys don't mind, and then like show each other how we look right now and just have a little party. You know, like during the COVID time, everybody I have some friends abroad, and we used to have these like chat rooms where we would have our cameras on and we would like, you know, have drinks together online. And then one day I got drunk online in that chat room. Okay. So anybody who's new to the room, please say hello. I would like to know that just some, you know, of you are joining the show live. Oh, hi, Tadashi. Actually, I, you know, was just looking at the message that you sent me last time, and I was thinking about what to say about your suggestion or your opinion about like part the hardest part, the last part of TOEIC speaking and TOEIC writing, how you need to ace those two parts, like each of the test's last part, in order to get better score or perfect score. Yeah, I agree with that, because that is like the hardest section of each test, and in order to get better score, it sounds logical that you should do better on the harder part. So yeah, I agree with you on that too. And I also agree that you don't need to get perfect, you don't need to get perfect score on each and every part of the test in order to get level 8 or level 9 on TOEIC writing. Yeah, because I've heard some students getting 1 or 2 things right and they still get level 8. And when you look at the criteria of level 8, it says they still make some real small minor mistakes. Yeah, so you don't need to be picture perfect with all of your answers. It's just that they're okay with 1 or 2 mistakes. You can't be flawless to be perfect TOEIC speaking, to get the perfect score. But you can be you can make 1 or 2 mistakes, I think. Not 2, maybe 1, at the most, yes. Malmin, you're new. Yeah, which part of Japan are you from? Let us know. Tadashi is from Tokyo, and Heiji Shimada-san is from Osaka, right? And Malmin, let us know where you're from. Okay, so I wonder how your Christmas was. Christmas in Korea was overall... Oh, you're also from Tokyo. Not so merry. Not so happy, because as you guys all know, there was that big Itaewon incident, and yeah, people died and all that. And there was a big fire in Korea yesterday, and some cars were burnt, and 2 people died. So during this festive season, we're having all these bad news. So it doesn't feel like holiday season right now in Korea. And today's Friday. And usually on Friday nights, there are many cars on the street, but not so many. Hey, you're also from Tokyo. There are so many people from Tokyo in this live show. Great. All right. Well, guys, do me a favor while you're joining the live show. Please press the like button. And if you haven't done it already, then please follow our channel. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. Okay, so let me start with part 1. And guys, please remember that at the end of the show, I'll be having, some of you come into our different meeting room, but it's going to be broadcasted live. And some of you could participate in those separate meetings, one-on-one meetings, but please make sure that you're aware of the fact that it's going to be broadcasted live on this channel, and you can get feedback from me in that separate meeting room. So if you would like to join, we're gonna give you a link where you could click on the link and send us an email, and we're gonna send an invitation link right to that email. So yeah, that's towards the end of the show. So after I'm done with part 5, we're gonna go on to that next part of the show. So remember to stay if you want to get my feedback until the end of the show. Okay. Hi, Gotrin. Thank you for coming to the show. Okay, so this is the first passage of the last TOEIC speaking on this channel, which resembles the test, which was in December. Okay. All right, well, let me read it once for you guys, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Literature Masterclass. My name is Jack Dorsey, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 months. Throughout the course, feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover. Now, let's have a look at the syllabus. Okay, so this is our first passage, and some words like literature. Actually, there are 2 T's there in that word, but literature, the second T sounds more like CH, right? So literature. Master class. Like some Korean people would say 마스터 클래스. Also, you Japanese, right? But it's masterclass. And make sure you know where to put the stress for that word. It's master. The stress goes on the first A. It's masterclass, masterclass. And the name is Jack Dorsey. It's not Dorsey, it's Dorsey. Jack Dorsey. And the word instructor. Remember always when there's the T and the R together, they sound like CH. So it's not instructor, but it's more like instructor. Instructor, instructor. And then the word participate has the second syllable stress. Participate, participate. And the three ordering words are discuss. It has a second syllable stress. Discuss, discuss, discuss. Debate. This also has a second syllable stress. Debate, debate. And the last word is syllabus. Now, syllabus is some like a list of a schedule, class schedule, where the professors would give you on the first day of class normally. So it shows you on day 1, you're going to do this. On day 2, you're going to do this. That's called syllabus. So yeah, that's like, that's relatively new. I haven't seen that word on any of the tests that I've taken on TOEIC speaking. So yeah, that's quite a bit of new word. So the word is syllabus. It's not syllabus. Some might read it syllabus because of the Y and the Y sound of Y that we know, but it's syllabus. Syllabus. It's not syllabus, it's syllabus. Syllabus. Okay. All right, so if there are any words that you want me to pronounce repeatedly over and over again, let me know in our chat room. Or else I'm just going to read it twice. I'm going to read it once slowly, and I'm going to read it once faster. Okay, so this is a slower version. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Literature Masterclass. My name is Jack Dorsey, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 months. Throughout the course, feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover. Now, let's have a look at the syllabus. Okay. Oh, and the word month. After the word 6, there is the word month, and there's an S at the end of that word, right? M-O-N-T-H, and then S. Actually, the TH sound here is a voiceless sound, and it's just the sound of a wind. But, you have to stick out your tongue, I always tell you guys, so it's got to be th, 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 all right? And then the last letter there is S, the S sound, which is also a wind sound, but, it's a little different because when you're making that TH sound, you're sticking out the tongue. And then you link it with S, right? So it's right? So you don't necessarily have to make the TH sound, and you sort of like, smoosh it together. So it's months. You see how I'm not sticking out my, tongue? I'm just saying months, right? So you don't necessarily have to say that and make that TH sound. Because some of you are trying to would try to make that TH sound and do something like months, but that's very unnatural. So what you have to do is just neglect, just get rid of that TH sound and just, sort of not even linking, just smoosh it together. Just say months, 6 months, all right? Just get rid of that TH sound for the next 6 months. All right, so that was my slower version, and I'll give you my faster version. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Literature Masterclass. My name is Jack Dorsey, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 months. Throughout the course, feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover. Now, let's have a look at the syllabus. Now, what I normally do is when I go take a test, they give you 45 seconds to read this passage, right? And normally that 45 seconds is really long. It's long enough for even a beginner to finish reading the passage. So what I do is I read once the passage, not really slow, but in a moderate speed. And then I read the second lap more faster, not really fast, but a little bit faster. And then if I still have time remaining, I would start reading my third lap, but then I get cut off in the middle, like after reading the second or maybe in the like midway through the third sentence. And even if I get cut off, it doesn't really matter. That's the big question you guys always ask me, but it doesn't really matter because I've already finished my first lab and even the second lab. So even if I don't get to finish my third lab, it doesn't really matter. Right? So that's what I do. But I'm telling you guys, it takes a lot of courage to do that because most of the people at the test center would just read it once and they would stay quiet. And when they are staying quiet, and if you're the only person reading English, you get shy. Right? You get shy and you get more nervous. It's like everybody's listening to me. I feel really shy. I don't want to do this. So if you don't want to stick out, if you do not want to stick out, don't do it. Don't even try to do it. But if you're confident, and actually everyone's ears are like covered with the headset, right? So it doesn't really matter. They don't even care who you are. So just do it if you're confident or if you feel comfortable. All right. Okay, so let's see some of your messages in our chat room. Teiji, 3 people from Eastern Japan and 1 from Western Japan. Osaka, right? And good evening, Teacher Gwen. My name is Lisa, and I come from Taiwan. Where can I send email? Oh, we're going to upload the link in this chat room towards the end of the show. So I'll let you know. I'm not going to have you guys come on the show in the middle of like when I'm covering the parts, but yeah, at the end of the show, when I finish my 5th part, when I finish talking about part 5, we're going to upload the link here in the chat room you're in right now. Okay? So wait. Okay, coming soon. 두름님 안녕하세요. Hi, 두름님. Hey. All right, now that was the first passage. Okay. I normally have a lot of my students, you guys audience on the live show, have them read part 1 because, I think it's easier to check their pronunciation, knowing what the script is. And I can give you help on meaning phrases and how to link some words, right? And this is the second passage. Have a look at it while I take a sip. Okay. All right, let me read it once for you guys. Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We're striving to improve adult literacy, encourage lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering place for our community. Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more about the monthly programs that we offer at the library. Okay. And here the big word is Aubrey, right? So you might think Alberry, but in this case, the stress goes on the first syllable. So it's like when you stress the first syllable, like as in audio, audio, then the second syllable part where the E is, berry, E, cannot be like you cannot make clear sound for that vowel E. So it's got that schwa happens there. Schwa sounds happens there. So it's not berry. It's not berry like strawberry or blueberry, but it's burry. Okay, so it's Aubrey, not Oldberry, no, Aubrey. Okay, and the word library appears many times, but the word library has that L and 2 R's in there, so it's really hard to make clear sound difference between L and R. And I've been working on these 2 sounds this month, throughout this whole month, and I've been teaching my students like this. Like if you want to make a clear L sound, try to stick your tongue behind the 2 big teeth here, like this, right? La, la, la. So it's lie, like you're lying to somebody. You're not being honest. Lie, lie. And when you want to make clear R sound, you got to pull out your lips. Brary, brary, brary. So when I put these 2 parts together, it's going to be library, library, library. Okay. So some words are like Aubrey Public Library. Aubrey Public Library could be difficult. And the word striving. Striving means like trying really hard, putting a lot of effort into something. Striving. Striving. Make sure you make the clear V sound, which is also like this. Striving. Striving. All right. Adult literacy. It's not literature like the word that we saw in the previous passage, but it's literature. No. Literacy. 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 And encourage. Encourage lifelong learning. Wow, all these words are quite hard. Encourage lifelong learning. It's like tongue twister. Encourage lifelong learning. And provide a cultural place for our community. The stress goes on the second syllable. Community, community, community. All right. And here comes the address. And whenever you read an address, even if you're like, preparing for TOEIC speaking or even in real life situation, there are 3 W's, guys. It's World Wide Web, right? So it's got to be www dot. There's always got to be 3 W's. www.aubreylibrary dot, and then org stands for organization. So you have to say just .org. So once again, www.aubreylibrary.org is how you read that address to find out more about the monthly programs. It's not month, it's monthly. There's an ly there to make it into an adjective, right? So it's monthly programs that we offer at the library. Okay, and again, the last word is library. Library, library. Library, library, okay? All right, so again, here goes my 2 different reading versions. One is slow and one is fast. So here goes the slow one. Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We're striving to improve adult literacy, encourage lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering place for our community. Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more about the monthly programs that we offer at the library. Okay, so that was a slower version. I'm sorry if it was already too fast. But yeah, now this is my faster version. Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We're striving to improve our adult literacy, encourage lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering. We're striving to improve adult literacy, encourage lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering place for our community. Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more about the monthly programs that we offer at the library. Now, I actually didn't do it intentionally. I made a mistake while reading. But if you do make a mistake, because you also get to make a mistake even during a test, right? Then just don't get too frustrated. Just say, oops, I'm sorry. Stop there. And like what I just did, go back to the beginning of the sentence that you are reading. Don't go to the very beginning of the passage, okay? Like the very beginning would be thank you, but I didn't go all the way to the front, but I just started again from the word we, okay? So you don't have to start all over again, but go back to the beginning of the sentence that you made a mistake and then read it through very slowly as if nothing happened. Then it's fine. But, I recommend reading like slower than faster because it's better to not make a mistake, right? It's better not to make a mistake. So just read it in a moderate speed so you wouldn't make any mistake to start with. Okay, so that was part 1. Now let's move on to part 2. This is the picture. Is it this way? Or do I have to look at it this way? All right. Okay. So I'm going to sit this way, this direction, so it looks more natural, like as if I'm looking at the picture, right? Okay. Now I'm showing you guys the picture. I'm sharing the picture with you guys, and just let me know what kind of words you guys want me to use in order to describe this picture. Yes, this picture, this one here. Tuan, hi. Penny, 안녕하세요. Hi. Welcome to the show. Burping here. Drinking some carbonated water. Yes. I like that fuzziness. Like when I'm talking constantly, I feel very, very thirsty and I get heated up. So I like to refresh myself with carbonated water. Okay. Any words you guys want me to say in my answer? Okay, so this picture is taken near the river. True. You know, when I look at this kind of river, it reminds me of the Huangpu River that I, used to go to very often in Shanghai. That's Huangpu, right? So there's Puxi and Pudong. Yeah. I used to hang out a lot with my friends in the Pudong and Puxi area. Yeah. On the bridge of the riverside? Okay. There's just one person in this picture. True. There's just one person in this picture. And you can also say she's wearing a red jacket and a helmet and she's wearing jeans, but I can see her back. Yeah, you can say it's a harbor, but it feels more like it's taken on the bridge of a river, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see lots of boat, yacht, a helmet. You wouldn't say the helmet because we've never mentioned the helmet before. So you would just say she's wearing a helmet and a red jacket. Okay. Both words, no the, but if you are talking about it for the first time. She's showing her back. Mm-hmm. Or you can say, I can see her back. There are many boats tied up in the bank of the river. Wow, that is a perfect sentence with a lot of expressions related to the picture. There are many boats tied up in the banks of the river. Okay. And Melmin says, this is a picture taken outside. You can see a woman wearing a red jacket, a helmet and jeans. She's standing on the bridge and looking at the river. There are so many boats on the river. Yes. Mm-hmm. On the river, there are so many boats. Yeah, because boats normally float on the water. I can see reflection of buildings on the river. Yeah, you do. You can. Yeah, I also see the reflections. And many boats are docked in a row on the left. Penny, you're leaving? Bye-bye. And she's holding the bicycle and looking at the scenery. Yes, she's enjoying the scenery. She's looking at the river. And the sky is quite cloudy. You can say the sky is very cloudy. You can see lots of clouds in the sky. And yeah, maybe she is like enjoying her weekend alone, riding her bike, right? Oh, I liked how you said she isn't actually riding a bike right now. She is like off the bike. She is just standing and holding the bike. So that's how you would express it. She is holding her bicycle, not riding a bicycle, right? Chin Su said, this is a picture taken at the outside. A lot of people make this mistake and you're not supposed to say this. This is a picture taken outside is what you should say. You shouldn't say this is a picture taken at the outside. Okay, so you got to take a note of this. This is a picture taken outside, or this is a picture taken inside, in case the picture was taken inside, okay? So no at, no the, just say this is a picture taken outside. There's a woman in this picture. She's wearing a pink jacket. There is so many boats in front of her. Now, there are, remember the number, there is means it is just singular, but this is plural. There are many boats. So there are so many boats in front of her. Maybe she is enjoying the landscape or she is enjoying the scenery. Scenery. I can see many boats, tall buildings. There's not only one there, but there are many. So there are tall buildings and green trees. She is standing by her bicycle. And maybe she is enjoying her time, having a good time. Okay, at the river. All right, so this is what I want to say about the picture. Let me give you guys my answer. Now, this is a picture taken at the bridge, on the bridge near the river, and there's one woman in this picture. She is standing in the middle of the picture on the bridge, and she's wearing a helmet and a red jacket. She's actually standing still, holding her bicycle and enjoying the scenery. And in front of her, there is a river, and there are many boats alongside the river. And in the background of the picture, I can see many buildings. Maybe she's having a good time alone. Okay. I just wanted to emphasize that she's not there with somebody, but she is alone. So I said she's having a good time alone. Okay. Actually, 30 seconds is a very short time. So you can't say so many things in that time limit. So I normally focus on like what the people are doing. In this case, there was only one person. So I tried to describe her looks first. I tried to describe her appearance first. And then I moved on to what she was doing. I said she is standing, she's looking at, and later I said she's enjoying, right? And then later, I had about 10, 12 seconds remaining. So I moved on to the boats. And then I moved on to the buildings. And because I only had 3, 4 seconds remaining, I said, maybe she's having a good time alone. So each time you practice your answer, make sure you have your timer with you. I use my phone. And there's a timer on any kind of phone these days, right? And you can use a timer. You don't even need to download any kind of app because normally your phone has a timer. You use a timer, you time yourself and see at which time you can say how much. You got to be aware of how much you can say within certain time limit. And you got to just practice over and over again. And Teji said she's taking rest during the cycling. Okay. During her cycling session. Okay. And there's a woman in a red jacket, okay, standing with her bicycle, or she's standing next to her bicycle. She's also wearing a wool hat. You can say that, you can tell. Oh, and jeans, and looking far away in the background, there are several skyscrapers. All right. Well, normally skyscrapers are much taller, but you would just say tall buildings. Yeah, skyscrapers are more than 100 floors high these days. So yeah, and the sky is pretty dull. It's cloudy. You could say it's cloudy. Okay, so that was the first picture. Now, let's move on to the second picture. It's this one here. Okay. This is, I think, harder than the last one. I feel really bad. It doesn't really hurt me, but whenever this edgy point is toward me, or even on the screen when it's at me, I feel very nervous. I don't like that edginess. Yeah, here. Tell me about what you want to say in the picture. This picture is taken outside of a building. Now, again, if you're talking about something and you're mentioning something for the first time, you can say the right away. This is a picture taken outside of a building because you and I have been talking about this building for the first time. We've talked about this building for the first time, so we can't say the building, all right? And 지륜이님, there are many boxes in a white truck, okay? Because we've mentioned the truck for the first time. So we can say there is a truck and there are many boxes in the truck if we mention it for the second time. But if it's the first time mentioning, then there are many boxes in a white truck. There are two men in this picture. Sure. Okay. And we can also tell the difference between those two men. One of them is wearing a jacket. I think he has a beard, right? And the other one is wearing a blue, shirt. It looks like a uniform and matching hat. And they're the one guy is, I always tell you guys to do this. If one guy is handing over something, the other guy would be receiving something, right? And those are the two verbs that always go together. One guy is handing over something and the other person is receiving that thing. Okay? Handing over, receiving. And in case of those boxes, you could say many boxes are stacked up. Stacked up. Not piled up, stacked up. Like stacked up is a concept where things are more in an order. Like, you know, like boxes, they're like stacked up in an order, right? It's not like piled up without an order. And, you know, we can see some buildings in the background. An employee in a uniform is handing over a box to a man on the right. And there are two men in the picture. One of them is the shipper, and the other one is the boy. Okay, well, one of them is a client, or maybe you could say he's a customer. But again, you can say the shipper because you don't know. We haven't talked about the guy yet. We haven't talked about the person yet. So we can say one of them is a client or a customer, and one of them is the delivery man. Delivery man. Okay. See, I knew that the second picture would be harder for you guys. I knew it. Okay. All right, so it seems like you guys have shared a lot of expressions for me to use. Oh, Tay says there are two men standing. One of them is a customer, and he is standing and holding a box. Looks like a package, right? Okay, so far, everything fine. Just make sure that you guys don't say something like in front of a noun, the, even if you're like when you're mentioning something for the first time. When you're mentioning something which is countable for the first time, it's going to be a, if it is just singular, okay? Duck. This is a picture taken outdoors. The first thing I can see from this picture is two men. One of them is wearing a blue cap and blue shirt. The other man is wearing glasses. They're holding a box. Now, the reason why I never tell my students to use that phrase, the first thing I can see from this picture is, because first of all, the first thing I can see from this picture is, that is 10 words. That is 10 words in one like expression. And you only have 30 seconds. You have to say something that is meaningful. And when you say, the first thing I see in this picture is, it's not meaningful, all right? That phrase is not so meaningful. So just directly say, I can see a man. I can see a man. And within those 5 words, you can just mention that there are two people. You don't have to say, the first thing you can see in this picture is that, okay? So it's a necessary phrase. And I just hope some people wouldn't teach my students out there to use this kind of phrase to make it sound more fancy, like make it sound fancier. Because that's not what the point of this part is. It's to deliver more words which are related to the picture. Not this whole like phrasal thing, okay? Oh gosh, I got so excited there. And Naomin says, this is a picture taken outside. I can see 3 people in this picture. On the right side of the picture, I can see 2 people. One of them is wearing a gray jacket and black pants. Now, jacket is singular, so you have to say a gray jacket, but pants, they're always plural. So black pants is right. Is receiving a box. One of them looks like a delivery man. Delivery man. Next to him, the man is wearing a blue hat and blue shirt. If you're mentioning the guy for the first time, it's not the man. It's next to him. A man is wearing a blue hat, and he looks like a delivery man. Is talking to the man. Now, in this case, this is right. He is talking to the man because we have already mentioned the guy. So you can say, he's talking to the man. Remember the guy that I talked about? You know, he's talking to that man over there. So that's right. He is talking to the man. Maybe he wants to check some information. Now, that's got to be a root verb. He wants to check some information. And Dewey, on the left side, there is a delivery car. A lot of boxes are piled up. No. When something's piled up, it means like things are not in order. They're just like piled up. So we say a pile of work. You know, when we say a pile of work, it means like a lot of work is coming in, not in an order, unexpected. So it's just piling up without an order, right? So it really gets on my nerves when something like that happens. because I like to have things like done in order. But if something is stacked up, it's more organized, like what you're seeing in this picture. And it's like, there are angles and surfaces are meeting one and another. So this is more like stacked up. The driver is waiting in the driver's seat. Oh, really? Okay. Normally, I wouldn't mention the guy in the truck. You wouldn't have any time for that. Okay, but here goes my version of the answer. Now, this is a picture taken outside in front of a building, and there are two people in this picture on the right side of the picture, okay? One of them is wearing a gray jacket, and maybe he wants to send a package to somebody, and he's handing over the package to another guy, and the other guy is wearing a blue shirt, and he is receiving the package, and they are checking some information together. And on the left side of the picture, there's a white truck, and there are many boxes in the truck, and maybe they're busy. Okay, now I'm also looking at the timer, and I was able to tell to myself that, Gwen, you got only 2-3 seconds. You don't have time, but you got to end it. And everybody's looking at you. You got to end it perfectly. And at the very right moment, last moment, I knew that I would, like 2 seconds is enough time for me to say, maybe they're busy. See, I know what I'm doing. I know like how much time is needed for me to say a certain thing. So that's what you should do. You guys should time yourself. You guys should know like how much time it would take for you to finish a sentence. And you just got to be ready to say that. Okay. So I had 2.5, I think, like not 3, but 2.5 seconds remaining. So that's when I said, maybe they're busy. And that was it. It was perfectly done. Okay. Now this comes after years of practice. So if you've been practicing this for only like several weeks or days, then you've got a long way to go, but not so long. Just try to like practice it maybe 10 times, then it shall happen. Okay? Sorry for sending it 3 times. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's totally fine. Oops. Okay. There's a truck and there are many boxes piled up. No, stacked up. And I didn't even mention stacked up or piled up. I said there are many boxes in the truck, and that was all I was able to say. Okay? All right, now we're going to move on to part 3. Imagine that an English newspaper company is doing research to write an article, and they want to collect information about having a picnic. I really like this topic, having a picnic. Like, I think anybody could say something about a picnic, right? So the first question is, when was the last time you went on a picnic and where did you go to enjoy the picnic? Okay, so it's all for you guys. You guys are like, free to type in anything you want to say about your last experience of a picnic and where you guys went. Okay, so actually when I was like rewriting this test, I was thinking, a picnic. Okay. It's been a long time, and normally we enjoy picnic in like spring, summer, or fall, and right now it's winter, so it's been several months, I think. I think I went on a picnic, in fall this year. That was just like 3 months ago, yeah. And I was visiting my parents in the southern side of Korea. It's called Ulsan. It's right next to Busan. Actually, there is a city called Busan that maybe a lot of you might know. It's similar to Osaka, Teiji. Like there's Tokyo and there's Osaka, right? And Osaka is quite similar, like Busan is quite similar, like functioning city as like Osaka. But anyways, like there's a city called Busan, it's only like 1 hour away by car. So my parents live in Busan. I've been visiting them quite often these days because, they're getting old, and I live in Seoul. It's about like 5 hours distance by car, and it takes about an hour to go there by plane. And you usually take plane because I don't drive. And I was thinking like it would be less than 100 times like visiting them in person before they pass away. So I might as well like spend more time with them while they're here, right? So I've been visiting them, and like last time I went there, we went on a picnic. Not last time, like 2 times before, or maybe 3 times before. I think it was in September. Yeah. And my mom would always like take some fruit with us and some coffee and tea. So we could enjoy a picnic anywhere we go, whenever we go out, because like Ulsan is really close to the sea. So wherever we go, we can just like take out our camping chairs and we can just sit next to or in front of the beach and we can just enjoy a simple snack. And that's what we did. I just answered the question. All right, so Tay, the last time I went to picnic 6 months ago. Now, this is the thing. A lot of you get this wrong, and it's I went on a picnic. It's not I went to picnic, okay? When you want to say I went to, there's got to be a place. Now, picnic is not a place. Like, I went to the sea. I went to the park. I went to the riverside, okay? So you got to go to a place. But picnic is not a place. So you can say, I went on a picnic. I went on a picnic, or I had a picnic, okay? So you got to use either a right preposition, went on, or a different verb, had a picnic. Okay, and the last time I went on a picnic was last week. Good, and I went to the Rainbow Park. It's near my house. Well, this one's perfect because you went on the picnic and you went to the Rainbow Park. And for those of you who had like joined us for the first time, I always tell you guys, like, if you can't think of a name, always use the word rainbow because it pretty much goes along with anything. You could say Rainbow Park, you could say Rainbow Cafe, Rainbow Store, Rainbow Restaurant. It fits anything. So rainbow. Rainbow is the word. Good. And last week, I went on a picnic with my friends. There's a big natural park nearby, 10 minutes, and I often go there to refresh and enjoy. Good. Refresh myself. Refresh. It takes only 5 minutes on foot. That's also a good expression. On foot. It takes only 5 minutes on foot. Shirini, I went on a picnic. See, this is the right expression. Went on a picnic about 1 month ago. 2, because the verb here is go. I went on a picnic. I went to Han River. And you're trying to put everything in one sentence. So the verb is went. I went on a picnic about 1 month ago to Han River. I had a good time eating fried chicken and chatting with my friends. I went to ABC Park. See, Tay, ABC Park, obviously. So that's why I say Rainbow Park. I went on a picnic and my Mikey Beach, or is it Mikea or Mikey Beach? We took a picture, a lot of pictures, 8 sandwiches. It's got to be plural, 8 sandwiches, unless you shared a sandwich. It was a memorable time. I had a memorable time. It was memorable. Again, it was memorable as an adjective, or you could say, I had a memorable time. Because normally we say I had a good time. I had a bad time. I had a memorable time. Okay? All right, so that is the first answer. Again, you can't say so much in 15 seconds, but you gotta try your best to fit in at least like 3 sentences. So this is what I would say within 15 seconds. When was the last time? All right. Well, last weekend, I went on a picnic to a park nearby, and it's called Rainbow Park, and it takes only 10 minutes on foot, so I go there quite often. But last weekend, I went on a picnic there with my friends, and we had a great time there. Okay, so how many was that? That was like 6, 7 sentences. And, you know, I always tell you guys, it's okay to lie. Guys, lie as much as you want, because they're not trying to, like, you know, use a lie detector on you. They're not saying, all right, speak, and I'm going to watch you whether you're lying or not. No, that's not what they're doing here, okay? They're totally fine with you lying. It doesn't have to be like honest information or honest answer. Just lie, and you don't have to be like, oh, 4.5 months ago. I just said last weekend, which is a total lie, okay? Hey, and the second question is, when is the best time of day to enjoy a picnic? It means what time? Or would you go there in the morning time? Would you go on a picnic in the afternoon? Or would you go on a picnic in the evening or at night? Okay? And in my case, I'm going to give you guys some time to write down your answers or type in your answers. Okay, and before I move on, Oh, after the picnic, Julie went to karaoke. Good. That sounds quite honest. And Tram Gok. Last time I went in the end of December this year and enjoyed. It's gotta be past tense, right? Enjoyed my picnic with my mom and my friends in Dalat City. We were a very nice time. We had a very nice time together. We had a very nice time together. We ate too much food. You know, when you say too much, it means too much. It means like you ate a lot of food when you didn't want to and you were really full and you felt sick. Like that's what you mean when you say we ate too much food. So it's better to say you ate a lot of food and had a good time. Okay? When you say we ate too much, it means that was too much. It sounds negative. Okay? So just say we ate a lot of food and we had a good time. So when is the best time of day to enjoy a picnic? I think it depends. It totally depends on the season. Don't you guys think so? So I can't say like summer, like morning at 10 or afternoon at 2 would be the perfect time of day. But it depends. In summer, like in Korea, it gets quite hot in summer, so you wouldn't want to go outside after midday. So if you really wish to enjoy a picnic, then I recommend to go on a picnic really early in the morning, like 9 or 10 before the sun is way up there, so you wouldn't get like sunburn. And for spring or fall, I think any time of the day would be fine. Even at night, like a lot of Koreans, like especially people living in Seoul, we go to a place called Han River Park. And if you are living in Korea, you guys know what I mean, right? Like you guys would go, a lot of visitors actually come to Korea and they go to that place when they're visiting Seoul. And there's a long river in Korea, in Seoul called Han River, Han. I don't know how it is pronounced in Chinese. But I know that Vietnam also has Han River, right? It's very similar. It crosses the city, right? It's called Han River, and there's a riverside on both sides, on the north and on the south. And a lot of people would go there and we would order chicken, we would order pizza, and there's like a special machine where you could actually cook your own ramen. Okay, so you can actually you actually have to buy a pack of ramen, not a cup noodle. Okay, not a cup noodle, but you would buy a pack of ramen, and they also sell you this. They're not going to give it to you for free. You also even have to buy your own wooden chopsticks there. And last time when I went there, I got pissed off because normally when you go to other convenience stores in Korea, they give it to you for free. You can get them for free. But there at Han River, they were selling those chopsticks, so I got really pissed off. But anyways, I paid for them. So you pay for a pack of ramen, and then you can buy this silver container, and there is a special machine. And actually, you're not only paying for the container, but you're paying the money to use that machine. And there's a barcode on the side of that machine. And when you have the barcode read by the machine is going to pour the water and it's going to heat up that container. And with your ramen inside, it's going to cook a wonderful bowl of ramen. And it's so tasty. A lot of people just go to Han River just to eat that ramen. Yes, and last time I had my mom and dad try it, and my mom didn't like it. I mean, she doesn't like unhealthy food, and she thinks ramen is the unhealthiest food in the world. So she hated it. But my dad loved it. He is a huge fan of ramen. He would eat ramen at any time of the day. Even as his first meal of the day at 5 a.m., he would eat ramen. So yeah, that's what was I why was I saying that? Oh, so it's different. It depends which season you're going on a vacation. So in summer, I think even at night, even after midnight, some people enjoy vacation near Han River. But in winter, I would say none. There's no best time to enjoy picnic in Korea. Because right now outside, it's freezing cold. And you're going to die of frostbite if you stay out there for too long. So yeah, so it depends on the season is my answer. Well, let's see. I think evening is the best time of the day to enjoy a picnic, says... What was it? Tay. Or Tay says, I think it's noon. And because my friends have free time at that time. Okay, that's a typo. Then we can chat together and share many good food. Share lots of good food. Again, food, if you want to say a lot, you wouldn't say too much, but you would say a lot to sound affirmative, not negative. And also, food is uncountable, just like water, just like beer, wine. It's an uncountable noun. So you don't say many good food, but you would say many kinds of good food, or you could say lots of good food. Okay? And I think the best time is in the evening, on weekends, because there are many interesting events in the park, okay? That too is true. We have a lot of different events held at the park, especially on the weekends, right? And I think evening is the best time. Have to go to school and work in the morning and afternoon. True. So after work, people would go on a picnic or enjoy a picnic. Spring season is the best time to enjoy a picnic. Now, Mao Min, you got the concept of this question wrong, because the question is asking, when is the best time of day? Not when is the best time of year, right? So if it was year, you can say spring, but it's best time of day. So it would be morning, afternoon, midday, evening, or night, okay? So there are many advantages. I really like to go on I like to do this every weekend. I'm missing a word there. And Tren, I think the best time of day to enjoy a picnic is summer. See, again, the best time of day cannot be summer, right? Summer is the best time of year. Depends on the season, Tanu says. I would prefer to have a picnic in the evening during summer, and any time would be perfect during the fall season. Wow, this is like the perfect answer for this question so far, I think. Okay, Danu. Okay, Maomi, you got it? All right. So let me organize my thoughts into 15-second answer. I think it depends on the season. Like in summer, I think nights are the best time of day to enjoy a picnic, but in winter, you would never go out to enjoy a picnic, and in fall or in spring, any time of the day is fine. Okay, so I think night is the best time of day. I think any time of day is best to enjoy a picnic. Those are some expressions I used, okay? Any time of a day. Any time of day is best to enjoy a picnic. Okay? Oh, that's true. Short answers. Well, that could be a start, but it's better to add on more sentences, because it's never good to leave blanks, like leave any kind of silence, record any silence. Because this is a speaking test. You got to keep talking, like what I'm doing right now. You got to keep talking. All right? If I don't talk, this is how it looks like. So you gotta talk. Oh, okay, it's not this question. All right, the last question. What are some disadvantages of going on a picnic instead of eating at a restaurant? Okay. Now, when I first saw this question, I was thinking, why would they ask such a question, right? Why would they ask such question? And I thought, maybe they're trying to see what people, like especially people working. You know, sometimes you would have like company picnic, and you know, like when you go on a company picnic, there are a lot of things that you don't want to participate in. They make you sing in front of people. They make you dance in front of people, like a talent show. And sometimes you would have to participate in these stupid games, and you don't feel comfortable doing them. So like some people want to avoid this kind of like company picnic, and they think it's better to go to a restaurant to like have a socializing time together and social with the company employees. So maybe that's what they were trying to ask. And I think that's like the purpose of this question. But anyways, guys, like think of it that way, all right? So what are some disadvantages of going on a picnic instead of eating at a restaurant? And normally, you know, I have leadership and I like to lead people and I like to make a plan and ask people to participate in that, like in those plans and have them follow through my plans. So I'm actually always the organizer of an event. And normally if I'm going to have a picnic, I am the organizer. So I would invite everyone. I would prepare the food. I would ask people to bring something, something, something. So that is a lot of work. Now, if you want to go on a picnic, normally you at least need like a mat, or maybe you need, page of a newspaper to sit on, right? So you need to prepare something if you want to have a proper picnic. So it's a lot of work. So I would say I have to prepare many things if I want to go on a picnic. That is my answer to a disadvantage. But eating at a restaurant, they do everything for you. As long as you pay for them, right? Pay for the service, pay for the food. So it's more convenient. And I think that is like the purpose of this question. Yeah, and that's how I would say. Nobody's saying anything about this question. So again, disadvantage, like you have to prepare so many things if you want to organize a good picnic, a proper picnic. Let's think of some things that you need to prepare. You need a mat. Well, last early spring. So that was like 10 months ago. I bought very nice camping chairs. And I bought this like little table with them. And I had this dream of taking my camping chairs and my like portable table out on a picnic. But you guys know that I don't drive. I don't have a car. So I only have a bike. I can't carry them on my bike, right? So I had to talk to either my brother or some of my friends who would drive, who has a car, and I would ask them if they want to join a picnic, but I have all these things with me, so they need to come and pick me up. And I'm like I'm telling them, I have the camping chairs, I have the table, and I'll prepare the food. And all you got to do is just give me a ride and be there, and I'll like feed you. I'll, have that like everything prepared for you to relax and chill. And of course, mostly they would say yes. Like they like spending time with me. I mean, like, yeah, we have a good time together. We don't even have to like play games or anything, but yeah, it's really hard to organize a good picnic. Eating out is more convenient, Shiryuni says, to enjoy my free time compared to going on a picnic, because I have to prepare more when I go on a picnic. So true. But eating out is just enjoying food. Or I will suggest an expression like this. All I have to do is pay for the food. Or all I got to do is pay. Now, make sure you use a root verb after be verb, because normally you could say, all I have to do is to pay, but you don't necessarily have to use that to. Okay, so you can leave out that preposition. So you can say, all I have to do is pay for the food, or all I gotta do is pay for the food. That's it. There are some disadvantages of going on a picnic, and if you go on a picnic, you need to prepare some food and drinks. It's gonna be a lot of work. The only thing I have is that we should prepare the food in advance. Yeah. But good thing in Korea is you don't have to prepare any food. Yeah. You can order. And they know exactly where you are. You just tell them like, I'm like next to this bridge, like next to the third tree, and they know exactly where you are. And they would come deliver your chicken. It was so amazing. There are like tons of people there, but they know exactly where you are. We have to care about bug bite, right? In summer, I know. And I think having a picnic is pretty bad if you've forgotten something. Well, in the restaurant, we have their service and get supported by the staff. The other bad thing about picnic is weather. Yeah, we have to watch out the weather, right? You can't go out on a rainy day, when it's cold outside. You can't have a nice picnic. So, yeah, it gets affected by the weather a lot. That's another way of putting it. It is affected. It is, or it gets affected by the weather a lot. Good. So how I am going to say it if this was my test, the question that appeared on my test. Well, I think there are many disadvantages of going on a picnic instead of eating at a restaurant. And one biggest disadvantage is that it is really hard to organize a nice picnic. Because if you want to have a nice picnic, you got to prepare many things. You got to prepare the food, you got to prepare some games you can play with others, and you got to prepare mats or chairs and everything. And it's a lot of work, so it takes a lot of time and effort. So I think it's easier to just eat at a restaurant. Gosh, I almost exceeded the time limit. But anyways, I knew 32 seconds is enough for me to fit in a sentence. So I said, I think it's better to go eat out. I think, is that what I said? I think it is better to eat out at a restaurant. All right. I'm quite fast. I'm a fast speaker, so I can fit in maybe 5 to 6 words in just 2 seconds. But if you're not confident, then don't try to push yourself from the beginning, but try to speak slowly and try to get the grammar right, okay? That is the more important thing than speaking too fast. But last time when Tadashi, Tadashi who sometimes appears in the chat room. Hello, Tadashi, are you there? Mm-hmm. When he came to Korea, he didn't speak fast, but he was speaking slowly to make the right sound of English, to get it right, and also to use proper grammar. And you know what? He got level 8, guys. So just remember, you don't have to talk too fast to get the highest level, okay? Talking fast doesn't also, it could mean that you're fluent, but it's not the most important thing, okay? So talk in a moderate speed. And I gotta do that too, especially for this show, because there are many foreigners, right? Okay, now, this is the chart that was on the test. Have a look at the chart. Now, I got a question from Taeji saying, okay, first of all, this is a daily schedule, a copy of a daily schedule of Rachel Boyer, and she is the CEO of Someplace. And this is daily schedule for Tuesday, January 5th, right? And the first thing on the schedule is at 9 a.m. and she's going to have an online meeting with the managers of each team. And it says links TBA. Does any of you know what TBA stands for? Does anybody know what TBA stands for? Yeah, Tadashi, you're there. Yeah, by the way, guys, Tadashi said he got a lot of help from this, channel, from my shows. And my videos had helped him a lot getting level 8. So please congratulate Tadashi. Please give him a big round of applause. He really studies and tries put in extra effort in improving his English. I was astonished by him, when he visited Korea. And he paid a visit to meet me in person, and also have some time, spend some time in Korea. But still, meeting me was the top of the list, on the top of the list when he was visiting Korea. So it was really impressive. To be announced. That's right, Maomin. It means to be announced. So guys, TBA doesn't mean anything important. It means we're going to give you the links later on. So to be announced is TBA. 초롱이 엉아, Gwen-sim. Oh, you saw me in 2017? Nice to see you here again, 초롱이 엉아. Okay, all right. Okay, so at 9 a.m., there will be an online meeting. So because it's going to be an online meeting, they're going to give you the links later on to be announced, okay? And at 10:30, there will be a client meeting with Elvo's Energy Corporation. Where? In meeting room 101. So normally in front of a building's name or a company's name, we put at a place. at this company. But when it is a room or a room number, then the preposition is in meeting room 101. In, don't say 101, just simply say in meeting room 101. Okay, and at 12, now this person is working all day, even during the lunchtime. So at 12, you're going to have a lunch meeting with the board of directors, and the place is called Black Sheep Bistro. Now, once you see the word bistro, it means it's a restaurant, right? So they're going to meet at Black Sheep Bistro. And again, it's like a name of a place, right? That's why I said at Black Sheep Restaurant or Bistro. At 2, now, you see that one item at 2 p.m.? It says from 2 to 3, right? From 2 to 3. Now, remember, Taiji, this is a person's personal schedule, right? So this person should be appearing at the new employee orientation only from 2 to 3. Because she's CEO, she's an important person, and she can't be there all day long, right? She has many things to do. She's got to be here and there everywhere. So it says, in the parenthesis, you see new employee orientation is from 2 to 6. The whole thing, the orientation is from 2 to 6. But this person is an important person, and she can't be there for 4 hours. She's got more important things to do. So on her personal schedule, it says only from 2 to 3, you should be there. And during that time, you see how she has to give an opening speech as the CEO, and she has to give a presentation on the company history as the CEO, and she can leave because she is the CEO. She doesn't have to participate in an orientation all day long, right? And that's what it was supposed to be. Okay, Taiji, did you get it? And it's going to be held in the main auditorium. In the main auditorium. So it wasn't only Taiji who had questions about this part of the chart. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys could get confused. I see where the confusion is coming from. How many times get tests we can get? 200 is a perfect score, and when you get 190 or 200, that is the top level, level 8. Okay? So just remember, this is a person's personal schedule. It's Rachel Boyer, the CAO's schedule. So she's a busy person from 9 to 5. Okay? So she can't be there until the end of the orientation. Okay, so that was the chart. And actually this kind of schedule did appear several times on the test. So you got to know what those different times mean, okay? Okay, so the first question, guys, ready? The first one is, well, this is Rachel Boyer, the CEO of Imperial PR Agency, and I forgot to check tomorrow's schedule before leaving the office. Again, she's telling the person that I'm the CEO. I'm an important person. So you're my assistant. Since you're my assistant, could you please check my schedule for tomorrow and answer some questions I have about it? Okay. So it's the CEO calling the assistant. So yeah, got the concept, right? And question 8. What is the last thing on my schedule, and when is it scheduled to start and end? What's the last thing? What am I going to do for the last thing on my schedule tomorrow? And when is it scheduled to start, and when is it going to end? Let me know so I can plan my own things after my work, right? What's the last thing on my schedule, and when is it scheduled to start and end? Tell me. Share with me your answers. Now, this part, you gotta be extra careful to be grammatically correct, okay? Just be careful. Think about what prepositions to use. I have water leaking from the ceiling. I don't want more things to break or anything to happen before the year goes by. I only have 2 more days. Thank God. All right. Okay, what's the last thing on my schedule? And when is it scheduled to start and end? first day. Yes. I see you were in a hurry. Like, oh, don't worry. It's okay. Take your time, guys. For part 4, some difficulties people have been telling me about is that the chart is sometimes like some parts of the chart would be written in italic, letters. And it's not like standing up straight. The letters are not like standing up straight, but they're like tilted. And then it's really hard to read. For like basic learners, it's hard to read when it's like, a cursive letter, when cursive letters appear. So they're saying, oh, teacher, no, that word, it was in a different letter design. So I wasn't able to read that word. And yeah, I'm being very kind right now, like writing showing all these, all the information in very straight letters, like block letters where you can easily read. But sometimes on the test, the words are written cursively. There are cursive letters appearing. Chiruni, the last schedule is the client meeting with Emory Financial Services from 4 to 5 in meeting room 101. Okay. The last schedule is client meeting with, not for. It's with Emory Financial Services. Okay. So you can say there will be a client meeting. There are a lot of ways to talk about the meeting schedule. And you could say there will be a client meeting, or you could say you will have a client meeting, or you could say you will attend a client meeting, you will participate in a client meeting, you will have a client meeting with Emory Financial Services. So you can start the sentences in many different ways, but the preposition always has to be with Emory Financial Services in meeting room 101. Oh, I was tricked because of the fonts 2 tests ago. Yeah. Like font designs really can get tricky, right? Well, it's a client meeting, not about, it's with Emory Financial Services, okay? The client is Emory Financial Services. Okay. Now, I'm going to move on to the second question. The second question is, I want to have lunch with a client after having a meeting in the morning. Will that be a problem? Now, listen again. I want to have lunch with a client after having a meeting in the morning. Will that be a problem? So you see look at the schedule, and you see there's a morning meeting with a client which starts at 10:30 and ends at 11. And the CEO is saying, it's an important meeting and I want to treat them to lunch. And do you think it's possible? Do I have time for that? And you see, she's already booked for lunch. Like from 12 to 1:30, she's got to be at lunch meeting to work. With who? The board of directors. Now, if it was just a friend, she could cancel it. If it was nobody or just not an important person. But you see the word board of directors. That is one hell of a name. So that means they are very important. Board of directors. These are the people who would vote whether the CEO should resign or not, right? So these people are important. You can't cancel that. So, you're already booked. You can't have lunch with the client. Okay, have lunch next time, not this time, sorry. So that's the answer. Now, let's see what you guys are going to say. There goes the correct answer there. Well, you will have the client meeting with Emory Financial Services in meeting room 101. But again, not the client meeting, because you're mentioning it for the first time. So you will have a client meeting is a more precise answer. Okay? So the second question again, guys, is I want to have lunch with the client after having a meeting in the morning. Will that be a problem? I want to buy them lunch. Do I have time for that? I want to treat my clients to lunch. It will be a problem. That's a good start. Clearly, it is a problem, right? And because you are scheduled to have a lunch meeting with the board of directors. Now, there's only one board of directors per company. So obviously, it's the board of directors we're talking about. So in this case, we say, you'll have a lunch meeting with the board of directors. Or you could say board of directors at Black Sheep Bistro. Okay. No, because you have a lunch meeting, not the lunch meeting. Okay, again, it hasn't been specified. It's the first time you're mentioning this. So you have to say because you have a lunch meeting with board of directors in Black Sheep Bistro. Okay? At Black Sheep. I told you the reason why at the beginning of this part. So at Black Sheep Bistro. Okay. So you can't go with your friends at that time. Well, it's not... Well, I didn't say I'm going to eat with my friend. I said I want to have lunch with the client. Now, in this case, you'll get some points deducted. You'll get like some minus points for this because you can't go with your friends obviously means that you didn't listen to the question well enough. Okay. The question said, I want to have lunch with the client after having a meeting in the morning. So you got to say you can't go with the client. All right. You can't have lunch with the clients. I'm sorry. You got to have lunch with the board, members of the board. Okay. All right. And the last question is, I need to be at the new employee orientation, which will be held in the afternoon. Could you please tell me about the sessions that I'll be taking part in? Now, if you listen to the question, you'll have a better understanding on why the schedule looked like that for this person. Okay. So again, I need to be at the new employee orientation, which will be held in the afternoon. And could you please tell me about the sessions that I'll be taking part in? Okay. Again, this person is the CEO, and normally CEOs don't appear in unimportant or less important like events, right? So yeah. The new employee orientation might be the most important thing that could happen to new employees, but not to the CEO. So she will come visit for about an hour and she's going to leave, right? And during that 1 hour of time from 2 to 3, those two things are what she's going to do. She's going to A, give an opening speech. B, she's going to give a presentation of the company history because she's the CEO. She wants to introduce the company. She wants to say, ta-da, this is the company and this is the company history and this is what we do and this is the reason why we founded this company and this is who we are. Yeah. Board of directors. I know it's a hard one. Again, some of these things are hard. Quite tricky, huh? I'm waiting for your last answers to this part. I need to be at the new employee orientation, which will be held in the afternoon. That's true, by the way. And normally, for the last question of part 4, they ask you 2 items. They ask you for 2 items related to the question. Okay, so again, this time the question is asking about her schedule, what she has to do, her roles during the new employee orientation, right? And there are 2 things there. So every time in most cases, like when you start the answer for number 9, it's number 10 now, the last question of this part, you would just say there are 2. There are 2. Chirinu, you did the right thing. There are 2. There are 2. You're going to give an opening speech as a CEO? No, this is the one and only CEO. So we would say the CEO. In a company, there are certain positions where there are only one person and that important person, one of the most important person would be the CEO. Like the god, right? The prince, the king. So that's why we say the CEO. And you will give a presentation on company history. Both of them are or will be held in the main auditorium. Will be held. Will take place or will be held. Yes, there are two schedules. Now, schedule is not accountable now. It's an uncountable now. Okay? So you can't say to schedule. There are two things on your schedule is the right way to put that. Okay? So there are two things on your schedule. First, you will have an opening speech. This person will give an opening speech. And there you will give a presentation. Now you got to get these two right. Give an opening speech or give a presentation. The verb is give. You give. You don't have it. You give it, okay? You give an opening speech or you give a presentation about or on company history. So both of them are in the main auditorium. Okay? That's fine. Both of them will be held, or both of them will take place, or you could say both of them are in main auditorium. But make sure you guys understand the fact that this is something that's going to happen in the future, which is tomorrow, the next day, the day after the CEO's phone call. So we're talking about certain things that's going to happen in the future, so you might as well say everything in future tense. Just get used to it, okay? Now, Maomin said you're going to attend a new employee orientation from 2 to 3, and you're going to give an opening speech as the CEO, and a presentation about the company history and the main. Please keep that in mind, but rest is okay. Sunny, you will participate in a new employee orientation at the main auditorium from 2 to 3, and you will give an opening speech. You give an opening speech, okay? You give a presentation. It's like you're the person standing in front of so many people and you're delivering, you're giving them something, giving a speech, giving a presentation on the title, on something. Okay? All right, so that was that. Part 4. Now we have only one part remaining, which is part 5. The last part used to be part 6, but now it's part 5. And the question is this. Which of the following is the best place to go on a field trip for high school students? Okay, it's been a long time since I last graduated high school. I last went to high school. Yeah, I don't even remember what that was. But they're asking you about high school students, okay? So the first question is, the first option is visiting local colleges. Visiting local schools, local universities, because after high school you get to go to college or university, and they might want to find out more things about their future school. So you visit a local college or visit an art museum. That's something that appears quite often. In the option we see visit a art museum, visit a history museum, or visit a science museum, or sometimes they would say visit a zoo, right? And last option here is visiting a historical site. In Seoul, historical site would be 경복궁. Remember, Tadashi, you went there, 경복궁? Actually, you didn't go to 경복궁. You went to Gwanghwamun, the museum, where the museum was, right? But that isn't a historical site, is it? But anyway, in Seoul, there are quite a few historical sites that you could visit. And recently, a lot of visitors, like foreigners, guys, listen carefully, go to a place called Ikseondong. Ikseondong. It's quite hard to pronounce. It's ik. It's like Ikseondong. And there are many Hano, the Korean traditional houses. And these Korean houses are a little different from real traditional Korean houses, because these houses were built during the time when Japanese were here taking over the country. So it has a slight bit of taste of Japanese features in it with our traditional houses, house features. So it's sort of a mixed. It shows the era, that era of our history. So it is a historical place. It's only that the thing I don't like about this place is there are not many traditional like Korean restaurants. They have Italian restaurants. They have a lot of like, there was a Thai restaurant. There was an like taco restaurant, and there was of course lots of Japanese restaurants, but there were no Korean restaurants. So I was thinking like my foreign friends, when if they visit Korea, I mean they would want to try Korean food, right? But when you go to Iksan-dong, you have to eat Italian food. You have to eat they didn't have Chinese food. They didn't have Chinese food, but they had shabu shabu, very similar to Japanese style. And they had Thai food. There was a good Thai restaurant, but no Korean restaurant. No. But anyways, that kind of place would be a historical site. So I think I would choose visiting an art museum. Yeah. And that is the option or the story that I give to my students, because normally when we talk about our school years, when we talk about like our high school years or middle school years, or when we were in elementary school, we have this concept of being a bad student, right? You didn't study well, you didn't have many friends, you were selfish, you were like very quiet, and you didn't blend in, you weren't able to blend in, and you didn't have many friends, you weren't talkative, all those things that are really not good, like would represent you as a young kid. And then all of a sudden you experience something, and in this case it would be an art museum, and you get this like you get this sort of a learning from this event. You realize something, and you become a different person. You would say, I became a better student, I became outgoing, I became like better at art, I became interested in art, and all of a sudden I focused in like art classes, and I got better at art, and I became an artist now. I'm a famous artist now. You could say something like that. So if we're going to talk about our school years, like of our high school or middle school or elementary school years, then that is something that I would ask my students to do. Like compare what it was like before and after this certain event. And like being able to learn something would be one thing that you could like easily apply. Okay? I love Korean food, yeah. But yeah, I like Korean food. It's just that like Korean food is too salty and spicy. So there are some of those weeks when I eat too much Korean food and I feel bloated, and it feels like I've gained some weight. And yeah, that's one bad thing about Korean food. It's like it's easy to gain weight. There's so much carb. You always gotta have rice. You gotta always have like those side dishes with a bowl of rice or some noodles. So gain some weight. You put on some weight after visiting Korea. Well, I think the best place to go on a field trip for high school students is visiting local college. Okay? There are several reasons to support my opinion, and most of all, it is very helpful for students. That is also very helpful, right? And I know those like prestigious colleges in United States or in Great Britain, Cambridge, Harvard, Stanford. Many students, like Asian students, if they want to go abroad to study at those schools, they would visit those schools before they apply for them, right? And they would find out what things to like prepare and what they need to do before applying or having an interview. So yeah, that is a very good idea. And it's the best thing to do is actually like talk to some students who go to that school or like professor who works there. I wonder if that's illegal or legal, but yeah. So visiting local colleges would be beneficial for high school students because it's a good opportunity to experience new things in advance. If you go there, you might study hard to go to school. But you know what? Like thinking about like colleges in Korea, they're like Seoul National University, Seoul 대학교. Seoul National University is the top-notch school in Korea. But even if you go there, you can't get to experience many things. I mean, like you get to walk around the campus and feel the vibe, like act as if you are one of them, like you've been accepted by one of the prestigious schools in Korea. But yeah, I think YouTube has more information now. But anyways, yeah, you visit, you can meet people there, you ask them what you did to get into the school, and you could be like sort of motivated, I think. Yeah, you could be motivated because seeing them, like looking at the campus, like, oh, it's beautiful. I see these people and they're like, they look so good. They look so proud of themselves because they're going to the best school in Korea and I want to be one of them. And you get encouraged, you get inspired by them, right? So that could be one of the reasons for visiting local colleges. And visiting a historical site. Now, in Korea, when you visit Korea, there's a place called no, not 덕수궁. Not 덕수궁. Oh, what is that? Not 경복궁. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot the name of the palace. And like when you visit that place, I really want to give you the name, sorry. There are so many 궁. Okay, so when you visit that place, there's a tour guide, and these tour guides, they speak different kinds of languages. Like last time I visited, they not only spoke English, but they would speak Spanish, they would speak French, and one of them was speaking some other language that I didn't even understand. And like when you listen to the stories, like background stories of why it was built and like until when people resided in those palaces, it is amazing. Like in that, it's 창경궁. Yes, 창경궁. And in that palace alone, people usually visit the place called 경복궁, not 창경궁. This is like a second palace, not the first, the prior, or like the number one palace that people like king and queens would reside. But like this is like a side palace, and they would go there. And I think like the princesses would live there. I don't know. I don't remember the details. But anyway, you go there, you listen to the stories, and I found out that some of these people, like royal people, would live there until like early 2000s. Yeah, that was amazing. But even when the people were like visiting there as like tourists. So you get to learn a lot of stuff about your history, the background stories, and you get more interested in your history. So I think visiting a historical site is also a good thing. But I'm going to go with my choice, an art museum. I'll show you how I do it, okay? So, I think going to a museum, an art museum, would be the best thing for high school students' field trip, and there are several reasons to support my opinion. And most of all, I think it's very helpful for them to get motivated. For example, when I was in college, in my first year, I was a bad student. I didn't study. I never focused in classes, and I really hated art because I thought it was stupid. But then one day we went on a field trip and we went to an art museum, and I, had to go on this tour. And it was really fun. I found many things about artists. Actually, there was an exhibition of Picasso's artwork, and I was able to learn about his mental status, his personal life, and it was really fun, like relating the pictures with his personal life, and it was very fun to learn everything. And after that, I became more interested in art, and I became a better student. All in all, it was a very good experience for me, and that's why I think so. Okay, wow. So during the last 7 seconds, I had to hurry, so I was able to finish up that story. But yeah. I wouldn't say that was the best answer. But still, I think it's an eligible answer to get level 8. All right, now we have just shared with you a link where once you click, you will be sent to a page and you just type in your name and your address and we're going to send you the invitation right away, okay? Just so click on that link right there, address, and you'll get an invitation. Once you type in your name and the address, you'll get the invitation letter in your email, okay? We're sending an email to you right away during the show. So when you open your email box, you'll get the invitation, and you click on that invitation and you'll be in a room with me. Okay, you'll be in a room with me. So, Trin, have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Yes. So, if you want to participate and like right now at this moment, talk to me one-on-one and get my feedback, click that button, click that address, go to the page, type in your name and your email address. Looks like this. Okay. So we're being very nice here. We're providing some information in English, Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Chinese, right? Mandarin. So click on that link. Okay? All right. So check your email box. And we're going to have you come on the show. I know it's quite complicated. Like if I could do it, if we could do it on Instagram, it would be the best. But you know, we've done it several times on Instagram, and there were some like lagging like effects. So, Bunny Cute is the person who's gonna get the invitation. Bunny Cute, ready? Okay, Bunny Cute. We have just sent you the invitation. So Bunny Cute, go to your inbox, go to your email, check your email, and click on that link. I'm waiting for Bunny link. And TAE, Tay, is that your email address? Bunny link? Bunnycute at gmail.com. We sent you the invitation note. This is so hard to do things. Oh, we have Hot By. Hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Okay. Can you say something? Hello? Oh my gosh, we can't hear her. Hold on a second. Let's see what the problem is. All right. Okay, we're trying to get things right. Oh gosh. Yes, I can see you, but the problem is I can't hear you. So, like, is there some, like, a switch you can turn on for your microphone? Or maybe if you go out and click the invitation again, maybe that could work. Yeah, just go out, leave, and come back in. We're going to wait for you. Yeah. This is so complicated. Wish there are easier ways. Okay. No, it's not working. Can anybody hear her? Is it only me who can't hear her? Like, let's look at the chat room. I can't hear you, sorry. Okay, the whole team is very busy right now. They're trying to figure out what the reason is. Hold on a second. Hello? Hello? No, I can't hear. I can't hear. Everybody's like frustrated. Everybody's so busy here. We're trying to figure out a way. No, nothing. I can't hear anything. No, nobody can hear her. Maomin cannot hear her either. It's not our side. I'm still here, guys. Okay, so we're going to have somebody else. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Sorry. We're going to invite somebody else because we can't hear you right now, okay? We'll see if this is a technical problem, okay? So you can leave and we're going to have somebody else come on the show to see if, yeah. Okay. What is the problem? We've tested before the show and it worked perfectly fine. Like we invited some like friends over to have them like participate in this this thing. Yeah, Taeji, we are going to invite you. We're going to invite you. So please check your email, Taeji.
No, we still pop on, but still can't hear you.
Taeji, we sent you an invitation, so could you click on the invitation? We sent the next invitation to Taeji, Nada, and it's so to listen for answers. I want to sing. It's hard to do so. Hello? No, still not working. Mm-mm. Can anybody hear her? Okay, hold on, guys. We're doing something here. We're like, moving things like systematical, like technical things. Hold on a second. We're trying to get things right. It's the microphone. It's the speaker. Is it like, what's the problem here? Like USB? No, like the gears. Hold on a second. No, we don't know what to do. Like, we just don't know what's happening here. Hold on, like we're clicking at some images and no, we just can't hear her. And the mic says it's like blocked. It's been blocked, but we're not blocking anyone's microphone. No. Sorry. Seems like it's not working. Maybe Taeji? Taeji, are you there? Have you clicked on our invitation so you could participate? Taeji? Sorry. Wow. We need to get this fixed so we can get ready for next year. We need to get it fixed. Taeji, can you check your email and see if you got my invitation? Am I hearing something? Oh. Now we have Taeji, but his microphone is also blocked. Ah. It's not our side. It's coming from your side. And it says like the microphone, like the shape of mic has been banned. It's been blocked. And we try to click on that icon, but it says we can't control that microphone. I think, Teji, you need to do something about the microphone, but yeah. Mike. We can't do anything about your microphone. Oh, I can see your face. But can you talk a little bit? Sure, we can't hear you. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Can we hear Teji? Okay, you can hear me, right? But we can't hear you. You know, there's this icon, the microphone looking icon, and it says, no, banned. It's banned. So we don't hear anything from you. Oh.
Yeah.
You're on. You're there. Hold on, Teji. I'll
Yes.
listen to you. Hello?
Yes. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Oh, your Korean's gotten better.
Yeah.
How are you today?
It's good. Yeah.
Okay, so when did you get off work today?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. No. It became the winter holiday.
Ah, it's the winter holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so when are you start working again?
Okay. 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 I'll go.
Okay, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Literature Masterclass. My name is Jack Dorothy, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 months. Throughout the course, feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover. Now, let's have a look at the chivalrous.
Okay, all right. Now, one big sound that was really wrong was syllabus. It
Syllabus,
sounded like SH. So it sounded like syllabus, but it's
Syllabus.
syllabus.
Syllabus. She.
Don't say she, it's C. C.
She.
Syllabus.
Yes. Syllabus. Yes.
You're at syllabus, all right?
Syllabus.
And when you were reading the third sentence, it was a little bit too choppy. Choppy meaning that you were reading word by word. So you got to put the meaning phrases together. For example, throughout the course,
During the course.
feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover.
We cover.
Okay. So can you read this whole passage once again? And I want to see if you could sound less choppier.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that? Okay, I go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Literature Masterclass. My name is Jack Dorothy, and I'll be your instructor for the next 6 months. Throughout the course, feel free to participate in literature reviews where we discuss, debate, and share thoughts on the topics that we cover. Now, let's have a look at the syllabus.
Okay. Everything was great except for the last word, not syllabus, it's syllabus. C.
Syllabus.
C.
C.
Right. Syllabus.
Yes, syllabus. Yes.
Syllabus.
Yes.
Can you repeat that word 3 times? Syllabus, syllabus, syllabus.
Okay. Syllabus. Syllabus.
C.
Syllabus.
C. Syllabus. Try to smile more. Syllabus.
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 Syllabus. Syllabus. Okay.
Syllabus.
All right. Okay. That's how
Okay.
you read the word syllabus. It's not
Yeah.
syllabus. It's syllabus. Syllabus.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So try to smile when you're making any word that has s in it, because smiling, it's a smiling pronunciation. It's syllabus.
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 Syllabus. Okay.
Well done. Thank you for
Alright.
participating,
Okay.
Teiji. You saved me again.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I want to say, 올해도 신세로 좋습니다.
No, don't mention it. It was my pleasure. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And you also have a happy new year, okay?
Yes.
All right. See
Thank
you
you.
again. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye bye. 안녕.
Annyeong. All right. And we're going to send the invitation again to the cute, what was her name? Yeah, hop by. Let's see if she could be heard.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
All right, how
Yes.
are you doing? How are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Finally.
Finally, yes, I know. So
Yes.
let's move on to the second passage and see if you could read the second passage.
Okay. This one. Okay.
It starts with thank you. So can you read the passage for us?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's too small, that screen. Sorry. Just hold on.
Okay. Are you using your phone?
Yeah. Yes. Because that's why.
Okay.
Also, it's my sight. No good. My eyes.
Just
Sorry.
take your time. Take your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ready?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We are striving to improve adult literacy, encourages lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering place for our community.
Mm-hmm.
Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more about the monthly program that we offer at the library.
Okay. Now I'm giving you the same comment that I gave to Teji.
Yeah.
And that is to be less choppier. You have to sound less choppy.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when you're reading word by word. It sounds like this. Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We are striving to...
Yeah,
you're reading word by word. And we need to put the words into meaning phrases, right? So
Yes.
when you want to show the meaning phrases, you have to stop when there are prepositions like
Yeah.
for, to, at, and when there are conjunctions like and, but, because. So let me show you how you can read this.
Okay.
Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library. We're striving to improve adult literacy, encourage lifelong learning, and provide a cultural gathering place for our community. Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more about the monthly programs that we offer at the library. Okay? So slow down and try to stop when there are prepositions and conjunctions. Okay? Let's read it
Okay.
again. Let's read it one more
Yeah.
time. Mhm.
Thank you for visiting Aubrey Public Library.
Stop there. Okay? Take a breath.
We are striving to improve adult literacy,
Encourage.
encourage lifelong learning, and
No, you have
provide.
to stop there. You have to stop at learning.
Yeah, provide.
No. Learning is the where you have to stop.
Okay. Encourage lifelong learning and provide a cultural gathering.
Place. Place is where the stop.
Gathering place for our community.
Okay?
Please visit www.aubreylibrary.org to find out more
That is your next stop. More.
about the monthly programs that we offer at the,
No, you have to stop at offer.
that we offer at the library.
Right. So in order to make meaning phrases, you have to know where the prepositions are. So the prepositions are like for, to, at, in. You have to stop in front of those words. You just keep on reading them.
Oh, yeah.
You have to stop, okay? So try to work on that first, making the meaning phrases, showing the meaning phrases.
Okay.
Then you will sound less choppier, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well done. Good done. Well done. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Mhm.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Okay, and this time we're going to have Chen, Lisa. Yeah, we're going to have you come on the show. Lisa Chen. Okay, so we sent you an email, an invitation. So all you got to do is just click on the invitation and you'll be in this room right away. Wow. Now this system is good. I can hear you guys so clearly and there are no lagging here. Okay.
Right away.
Good evening.
Teacher Graham.
Hello. Are you from Taiwan?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, which city in Taiwan are you
This
from?
is my first time.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you guys so clearly.
This time is my first time to online show.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome to the show. And I want you to describe a picture for me, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'll show you the picture. The first one, please. Okay. Now you will be describing this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hold on a second. I'm going to show you the timer with my phone. Okay, so once you see the timer, you speak for 30 seconds. Oh, we have a timer? Oh my gosh, we have a timer here. All right. Once the timer appears on the screen, you may start your answer, okay? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you see the timer?
No.
Okay, you don't see the timer. Okay. We prepared many things, but it doesn't work. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you my
I
timer.
can see the timer.
Okay, I'll show you my timer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
This picture is taken near the river, and there is just one woman in this picture, and I can see her back, and she is wearing a helmet and a red jacket, and she is holding a bicycle and look at the scenery. In the background, I can see many boats, trees, and tall buildings. Maybe she enjoyed her time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. All right. So your answer ended at 27 seconds. All right. So it means that you can maybe add one more sentence. Now there were two grammatical mistakes I want to point out here, and the first one is she is looking at something.
looking at.
So she is looking at the scenery. She is looking at the river. Looking at. A-T. At.
At the river.
Uh-huh. And when you ran out of time, you left out the be verb when you were saying is she standing or she looking at. You were leaving out the be verb. And they're tall buildings. You didn't say the be verb. So it's important to, add all those necessary items in a sentence. So you should say she is standing and she is looking at. Some boats are floating on the river. You should use the be verb. You shouldn't leave out the be verb. Okay? Okay. But one thing I want you to do when you practice is record yourself. Record yourself and listen to your answer and see if you're making any grammatical mistakes, because grammatical mistakes would take off your points and it would affect your score. So make sure you get the grammars correctly. Right now, it's a little fast. It's not too fast, but it's a little fast. It's better to slow down and make less mistakes. Okay?
Yes, I stuck in 150. So I want 160, but
okay. If you want 160, you need to improve your grammar.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
新年快乐
新年快乐
Happy New Year.
谢谢，拜拜，
Bye-bye.
拜拜。
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the time's up. And, well, it worked this time. Great. Okay. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Oh my gosh. My face is burning. Oh my gosh, it worked. So I'm so excited that it worked. Finally, we got something right. Like it was the last show of the year. And next year we want to get things right? And like it worked. Finally, it worked. So from next year, I think we're going to stay with this system for a while until we find something easier. But like this time I was able to hear you guys really clearly. So that was a big improvement. And we were able to get your mics on, microphones on, and we were able to hear you. So guys, that's the end of the show. Yeah, so it's December 30th. Tomorrow is the last day of 2022. And I know it's not the end of our COVID journey because it's like sort of coming towards the end, and it's spreading again in many countries. But still, like, we're getting over with it, right? So we're opening up. I think we can travel more often. And I do wish to visit like Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Taiwan next year. So maybe I could have a small group gathering with you guys in person, okay? And as always, thank you for supporting our channel, supporting me throughout the year 2022. And it's always a great pleasure to be able to meet you guys and talk to you guys every month and live, because like if you guys don't participate, this show would never exist because I can't like talk by myself. So thank you for always supporting my channel and the show. And next year, hopefully it's going to get better. We're trying to improve on many things and we're planning many things. So hopefully it'll get better year by year, day by day. And next month, which is January 2023, wow, it's the first time saying that word, 2023, we'll have our show on the very last Friday, which will be the 27th, okay? So I'll see you guys here live on January 27th, and I hope you guys, best of all your wishes and luck, and you know, let's all have a great, better 2023 new year, okay? Well guys, Happy New Year and see you in 2023. Love you.